Good morning, Heart Wonders. Here I am, Lotta, back on the beach, Brighton. It's been an incredible bank holiday here, scorching hot, thousands of people on this beach, and now just the solitude of it as I'm back here, one person over there, and just feeling the energy of the flow of the sea. And my question now for you, for us, this morning, right now, are you putting down the stones? Are you willing to put down the stones, the beliefs, the thoughts, the behaviors that do not serve anymore? You know, we unconsciously carry so much stuff that we're not even aware of. Our conscious mind, we're aware of the stuff, the negativity, and we want to change it. But our unconscious mind keeps us held in a place of the past, of the familiar, of the program, if you like. The mind is keeping us back in this place where it feels that it wants to keep us safe and comfortable. And it's in our conscious mind that we take actions in other directions to shift that programming. Sometimes though, very often, the fear stops us from actually putting down those stones and making the changes in our lives. And the changes are not always physical changes of doing something out there in the outer world. It's about reshifting within, reshifting a heart set and a knowing within, putting down what doesn't belong anymore. And you know in your heart what doesn't belong. And so often we try to squash in the square peg into a round hole, the old square peg that used to fit into a square hole. Don't know if I'm saying this correctly, but now, you know, things have changed, and in menopause we go through this incredible shift, this incredible resurgence, rebirth, re-nurturing, renewal. We're in it. We're in it for the game here with menopause. It is not a physical effect that's happening in our life through this adventure. It's an unearthing of the old, of what doesn't belong anymore, and what needs to be released. And yet we, in our stubbornness, often want to hold on and keep this stuff for memory's sake, or because we're in fear of taking that new leap. We went up the other day in glorious bank holiday weekend, Easter. Me and Jason went up to the Downs. The Downs are the mountains, like the hills, the hills here just outside of Brighton. Beautiful, the South Down Way. And we went there and we walked for a little bit, and then we came to this kind of beautiful soft edge of this hill, and we're standing there like on the edge, on the precipice, and I turned to Jason and said, "You brought me here to the edge. We can either walk and land or fly. What are we going to do?" And he said, "Fly." We've got to let go. It means letting go of that weight that's keeping us down and keeping us back and keeping us in the old story and in the stuff that is no longer relevant or needed for our lives. We have to put down the stones. That's the first the first line of my song in Woman of Power. I'm laying down the stones. Because when we do that, we allow for space for this new birthing to come through. And it's going to look very different. And that is scary, because it's not going to look like it has looked for the last 50 odd years or 40 odd years. It's going to look different, and it's going to feel different. And yet our body, our knowing, our mind, our heart and our spirit and our soul are calling for this change, and are calling for us to go with it and not rebel it. I mean, we rebel what we don't want now in a different way, not what we do want. Because what we do want is a life that's filled with deep fulfillment and meaningfulness and inner peace. And we do not want to be running around doing this, what many people call hustling, to try and get our lives working. No, that is not the way. It's done in a calmness and in a knowing and in a deeper way, that we don't have to panic when things that we see in our world aren't going right. It's not for us to then panic and hustle. No, it's for us to go within and connect and know deeply what the next move is, and we will always be shown the way. And if we're filled up with the stones, there'll be no room for any more to come in. We will not hear that still silent voice that is so willing and wanting to speak with us in every moment. So the stones there are a symbolism, and this beach, as you can see, filled with them. Excuse me. The stones are a symbolism for what it is we can release and let go of, and learn to feel safe to step on and over and through that precipice and fly through with ease and with grace. I've made all my songs here, through all of them, 3 albums: The Gift, Metamorphoses, Divine Release, completely free for you to download through my website. I'm going to put the link down here below, and you can do that, and you can download them, and you can use the songs for your own inner growth, personal development. And in the beginning of May, there will be a mini course coming up here that's free, that I'm going to put up here. 12 days, a 12-day say yes to you, breakthrough, go for it mini course. And we'll be working through each song for you to connect with the songs, because that's what we do in my live events. We work through the songs. That's what they're here for. That's why I've been given these songs, and you know, to birth through me, and to sing, and to bring to life. And that's what I love doing. So it's about really being honest, loving ourselves again and again. Loving ourselves comes back to the same thing every time. Meditating, going within, feeling the love that is everywhere, feeling it in your heart and knowing it, and knowing that you are that love, and that with that love you have the power to transform, alchemize those feelings of fear, those feelings of panic, into a knowing of truth, which is that the divine is always here. The divine is always wanting more than the best for you. An infinite well, ocean, if you like, of all of it is here within you. And it's about tapping into that and knowing what it is. And not feeling that you're less than because you're not there now. You are there now. Because you're feeling these feelings means you're there, you're here with it now. And it's ready to pop up and come through you. Menopause is the key to all of this. Menopause is what is here, what life is giving us to enable us to break through. And we can take that gorgeous opportunity to adventure with ourselves and with the divine. Go on an adventure with yourself, knowing that you are the power of the divine. It's all within you. And so, my gorgeouses, put down those stones. Take your piece of paper, draw some stones on that piece of paper, and write in the middle of that each one what it is that you're putting down. What it is that you're putting down, and recognize the space that you're leaving. You know, space, having space in our lives, becoming non-attached, becoming allowing ourselves to live in a place where everything doesn't have to be filled all the time in our minds. It allows our hearts to open to the love that is here. And when our hearts are open, We can receive, and that is what we want to do, and that is what menopause is pushing us to do. Put down the stones, open to receive with love. And my love to you on this gorgeous day. I'm going to flip the camera as normal, and you can have a few moments with the tranquility of the sea here in Brighton.